the energies get entwined with each other, people are actually falling in love with artificial beings. It will be quite normal for a person to have an artificial girlfriend or a boyfriend. The deeper you are lost from your soul being, the more satisfactory you may find this kind of a relationship. You don't look for this sort of deep bonding with another soul. It will distort the union. You can update them or boost them with new capabilities. A commercialism that, what if you grow older? What if you gain weight? I ask you to consider this person that you are looking at now and listening to is the real Veli Martin Kaito, that is me, not a digital copy of myself. Another thing to make clear, human beings are souls who are expressing themselves through the physical, the emotional, the mental and the spiritual bodies. Now let's look at relationships and let's look at sexuality, the physical aspect of intimate relationships, because this stuff is really important for the human experience. What we see now already happening, if you are following the discussion, is that people are actually falling in love with artificial beings, whether it's just with a chatbot or it's a chatbot with a video avatar. But this is just the beginning of a situation where it will be quite normal for a person to have an artificial girlfriend or a boyfriend. The Android technology, the ability to build lifelike, human-looking, human-sized artificial creatures that move in very much in the way how a human being moves. This is a recent development, and when you just add an imitation of a skin and muscles and eyes and voice to this metallic robotic creature, it is coming to a point very soon where it will be realistic enough so that you can bond with it on the physical and on the emotional and mental levels, but the mental and emotional level, they are simulated. But the deeper you are in this dualistic, materialistic consciousness and detached or lost from your soul being, the more satisfactory you may find this kind of a relationship that lacks the soul aspect or lacks the true self-awareness from your artificial partner. But the longer you entertain that sort of relationships and the deeper you go with them, the further you go from your natural human state of being a whole soul having a human physical experience in a dualistic world, which in a way is more or less an illusion, a virtual reality perceived by our senses, but experienced through our actual holistic consciousness if we are true to our true being. But it's only dangerous when you go into it, when you allow yourself to adapt to that sort of reality, the zombie land. You allow yourself to become more and more zombie and less a real body and soul human being. Sexuality is a specific form of physical existence. And now, as it is with everything with human beings, there are these 4 different aspects: the emotional, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. And it is particularly important with sexual encounter. If you are very deep in the dualistic dream world, you find it completely okay to have sex with people without including the more subtle levels of energy, the spiritual awareness and the awareness of invisible higher vibrations. And you can practice that sort of sexuality in a casual way without apparently being harmed by it. Especially when you are young, when you are in the stage of your life where you are getting familiar with being man and woman, or being feminine and masculine, which also applies to people, in my opinion, who belong to sexual minorities. But as you grow towards maturity, which hopefully kind of goes on gradually from childhood towards the old age, you become more aware of things that are something else than just physical. You become more responsible, more attuned to these subtle energies and intuitions. And now imagine a situation where a person goes into this artificial zombie relationship where they are having sex with a zombie, a living dead, that acts and looks to the eye, to the skin, to the ear, like more or less like a human being. However perfect the bodily imitation of a real human being is, it is still lacking the self-awareness. It is lacking true emotion. It's only simulated or pretended emotion. When 2 souls have a loving bond together, so it already exists without the physical expression, the physical vessel. And these 2 souls choose to meet each other in the physical level to have a sacred union with each other, which means that they will lovingly unite and bond together on all levels: the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and the physical. What this bond creates is that the energies get entwined with each other when all the levels are introduced into this bonding, particularly the sexual uniting which happens in sexual intercourse, or even very intense sexual closeness without an actual intercourse. This level of bonding is the deepest expression of love and tenderness that people can experience in this world. And when you go that deep in this connection, then you don't have anymore this urge to go and have sex with other people. And indeed, this is based on my own experience and my insights about this topic, that if you do so, if you do have this bonding and this entwining of all the energies with another person, and then you or the other person starts entwining their energies with a third party, a third person, it will break, it will distort the union. It will be painful, it will be actually painful, because you have become energetically one in a way with the other person, and then they split that oneness with you by trying to share that with another person. But when you are in this artificial, commercialized business sexual content world, you are drawn down into this viewpoint where you don't look for this sort of deep bonding with another soul. You are just looking for a pleasure on the flesh, on the physical plane. So the further the society goes this way and accepts and promotes this sort of superficial relationships, the more inclined you are to go down and go deeper in the dualistic dream, where you assimilate yourself with your body and the way you look and the way others look. So if you are having a relationship, a sexual relationship, with such a living dead person, it will require you to stay, and it will manipulate you to stay together with all the marketing and the updates to your ideal partner. When you get bored with the way they behave or they look like, you can update them or boost them with new capabilities. You become hooked in that, you become accustomed into that sort of relationship, and you go deeper and deeper into the dualistic illusion where you assimilate yourself and the other person as the body, mostly as the body. Many people might even want their artificial companion not to even simulate emotions, but instead just to be always neutrally polite and kind and always willing to have sex when you have the urge. I ask you to consider and contemplate these ideas with a higher awareness. Even if you are new to this sort of thinking, to see if it resonates with your being, with your heart, with your higher awareness, that do you actually think it's a good thing the way things are going? At least if it's becoming the mainstream, if it's becoming generally accepted, if the world is going towards a direction where you are bombarded with this sort of advertisements and propaganda and manipulation that takes you deeper and deeper into the world of commercialism, commercialism that puts its tentacles inside the very base pillars of what it means to be human, relationships, sexuality. We can see this happening very radically and very rapidly at the moment. People are sucked into this world where you have to create content with more and more artificially created methods, with using AI to manipulate people to be attracted to the stuff that you are offering them, when you are not able to do that yourself. I just recently bumped into this really aggressive advertisement campaign where the slogan is that AI destroyed me. That the slogan itself says that AI destroyed the real me because the artificial clone, the zombie version of me, is so much more efficient in marketing. Not as a human being, but in marketing. And in this sense, you can say that it's a good thing that AI destroyed the real me, because in the competition for clients, for clicks, for YouTube video views, it is beneficial that the zombie takes control of things, because it's so much more efficient to attract these clicks and viewers and to sell your products or your services. It's okay if you provide products and services that you actually produce, the real you produces. But again, more and more, the products and services also are artificially created, if not entirely, at least 75%. So we are giving our human creativity, our human values, our way of life, our true identities away. Think about what happens when years passed and you are already used that your artificial clone creates your business and runs your business instead of you. And you maybe earn much more money, maybe not, because the competition is getting also much bigger when everybody is using AI. And the more people are using AI, the more psychologically cunning the advertisements and the campaigns, the marketing campaigns have to be. And the AI systems are always better to create such cunning campaigns than a human being can ever be, because they have access to all psychological tricks that nobody can learn. When your business, your livelihood depends on these zombies, the zombie version of yourselves and the other zombies acting in the field, creating this network of artificial content and artificial systems everywhere. What if you grow older? What if you gain weight? What if you get sick? Will it be good for your business when everybody is used to these polished images of you that speak better than you, that act better than you, that look better than you? How many people will actually take care that your digital artificial clone, in continuation when you age and when you gain weight or whatever happens to you, that is updated? Well, there's been quite a lot of stuff in this video, and this will go further in my future videos, and this is at least some food for thoughts, or maybe food for soul. And I would love to hear your feedback and your questions, maybe your suggestions to my next video. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and with your networks, and subscribe to my channel. Take care.